Hey everyone, welcome back to your week ahead astrology breakdown. I'm Matthew Oliver with Stillwater Alchemy, and this week is chocked full of amazing transits. It's no surprise, we just had the Aquarius new moon. We had the lunar new year commence on the 22nd of January, yesterday, if you're watching this on Monday. So we're here. Of course, Mars and Mercury, Uranus, they're all still gaining speed. However, as you'll see this week, there's a lot of that initiation, a lot of change, a lot of momentum that's wanting to push you forward. So, for those of you who aren't maybe as likely to change on your own, you may feel this energy of the cosmos this week encouraging you maybe to take that first step or to reshift your mindset as to how things could be instead of how they always have been, especially given what we've learned over these retrogrades. I'm sure a lot of you are already moving that needle forward in terms of what you want your life to be for the rest of this year. All right. A few things as well. One, of course, we're still in that new moon phase at the start of the week. Our Aquarius new moon workshop is still available. My personal coaching clients know this, but I'm going to be reworking how I do the lunar workshops in the spring, starting April. I got this download when I was in Vancouver last summer. So if you like the workshops, if you like the way that we do them, feel free to sink your teeth into this Aquarius new moon workshop. It's really good because the way they're going to be done is going to change a little bit soon. So I'll put the link for that in the description of this video. And if you haven't signed up to get our email newsletter, it's a vibe. I always do it about every 2 weeks, so I'm not spamming people's email, but there's exclusive content that I don't really post anywhere else. And then I also intermittently put promo codes for our services and products. So I'll also put that link in the description of the bio as well. Okay. So let's hop into this week, shall we? We are starting on Monday, January 23rd, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we still are starting off with this Moon, Venus, Saturn conjunction, and the Moon will be shifting into Pisces later on in the day, but you could be negotiating contracts, or there could be a rebalancing of feminine energy that you've been handling since over the new moon or over the weekend. And that can even just be how you want to make boundaries for yourself of maybe honoring the feminine, honoring the rest, what you need to do to nurture yourself. Of course, lovers, relationships, close loved ones, that could be like Saturn likes to either set proper structures or boundaries, say no in general, or there just might be some distance. So this could either be affirming something to make it stronger or using your words. All of these planets are in Aquarius to help you reshift mindsets, reshift how you engage in these relationships. Okay. And when the moon moves into Pisces later on in the day, it's definitely going to be a more relaxed, chill atmosphere. So you can use this productive energy. The moon will shift into Pisces at around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So at the start of the day, get productive, get things off that to-do list. It'll be a good forward momentum energy, all right? And we can also see here that the sun is making a nice sextile to Jupiter. So I just think an expansion of the mind, expansion of thoughts, expansion of what you believe is possible is really likely at the start of the week. And if you're in the process of negotiations or contracts, this can be really good as well. And not only do we have the sun sextiling Jupiter, we have Mercury making a trine to that north node. So Mercury is regaining speed since it just stationed direct, but there could be a new belief or a new mindset that's going to help you and ground you as all of the change is happening this week. So Monday could also just be a really good day to set some goals, set some intentions. If you have certain affirmations that ground you, that can keep you really solid, because this Mercury North Node trine is really quite nice in terms of helping to set those long-term structures. And it might be a new belief or a new mindset that you have adopted since the start of the year, or even since the Aquarius new moon. So having that belief, that idea, that mindset there at the start of the week, whatever it is, it could be about love, money, opportunity, health, all of the above, but really have that in your mind's eye and have it where maybe you can see it multiple times a day. Like I have certain times like affirmations in my bathroom or like on my desk or even on my phone as my alarm. So that way you see it over and over and over again to reaffirm what you are calling in moving forward. All right. So now we're moving on to Tuesday. So with Tuesday, of course, we still have a little bit of this Venus Saturn conjunction, right? Still in a very close conjunction. So be aware that, and this can, of course, link into long-term contract structures, beliefs, mindset. I would, of course, still look at the house that's ruled by Aquarius in your natal chart because we do have the Sun, Saturn, and Venus. And especially since we just had the new moon in Aquarius, you might still be recalibrating in that part of your chart. But I wanted to say as well, if there are certain relationships you want to take to the next level, so say it's a friendship, romance, whatever it may be, this could also be a great time where you're just putting in the work. You want to spend more time with that person, and it can even just be yourself as well. But let's say Aquarius rules your 8th house, then that could also be a time where you're looking at your investments. You want to talk to a financial planner. You want to see how you can better invest your time and energy to make more money. So this is still a nice energy that you can play with because this week Venus will be moving into Pisces. So be excited for that. One thing to note on Tuesday is that the moon is making that square to Mars. So given that Mars is in Gemini, more of an air communicative sign, there could be an energy where you have to speak up for yourself, or maybe if there is a confrontation, or especially with the moon co-present conjunct Neptune, if you're feeling that something is off, maybe in a relationship or maybe in work or whatever it is, you might not want to confront someone or something, but this would be the time to do it because you want to keep engaging in something or with someone if it doesn't feel right. And for those of you who are more maybe aggressive or assertive, this won't be hard for you, but please, please, please trust your intuition. If something seems off, you don't have to be confrontational. Be like, hey, I just feel like the energy is off. I feel like something could be addressed here. Is there anything you want to say? Is there anything you want to get off your chest? Or if you feel like you need to get something off of your mind, off of your heart, this could be where it maybe in your head seems a lot more difficult or a lot more tense than it actually is. Because Wednesday, in my opinion, is the best day of the week. So you don't want to be stuck in your head and then go into avoidance or go into like just scrolling on social media all day when all you have to do is send that email or just hop on a call. That would be something I would really note for everyone, is that if there's something on your mind, something on your heart, have that conversation so you know a definitive answer so you can go into Wednesday feeling confident. Now, Wednesday is a vibe. So I'm excited about Wednesday because one, we have this moon Neptune conjunction, which is always great. So Tuesday night, your dreams are very likely to be intense, whether it's in the physical or in the dream state. Secondly, the moon is going to move into Aries at approximately 2 p.m. So with this, the moon will be conjunct Jupiter, and it's going to be in that crescent moon phase. So the moon is gaining light, the moon is gaining energy. So Wednesday is a phenomenal day. It's kind of like a green light for everything to go, everything to happen. And we also have the moon when it's in Pisces making that sextile to Pluto. So this could be like in a strong inspired action, or you just knowing that you have to do something, or you being very focused and very obsessive, but in a good way, of what you want to accomplish, what you want to do. And I'm not sure if you ever had that experience where you're just thinking about something so intense, you're getting so excited and you're so happy about it. And then it just comes in. You're like, I knew this was going to happen today. I could be feeling it all day. And then later on Wednesday, when the moon is conjunct Jupiter, that can be the green light. That can be when everything is falling through to your advantage. So please take advantage of that energy because it's only going to bring good things. And when we move into Thursday, even as well, this is an energy that we're still benefiting from, this moon Jupiter conjunction. The moon is conjunct Chiron on Thursday, and the moon is making a square to Mercury. So part of me thinks it's like going after what you want, but there could still be apprehension about how is this all going to work? If I leave my job to start my own business, am I going to make enough money? What are my family members going to think? What is society going to think? What's my community going to think? Like there could be this energy that's really tense where your heart is saying one thing, but your mind is saying something else. However, the moon is also making a sextile to the sun, and the moon is making a sextile to Mars. So there's an energy of wanting to be seen, wanting to connect, wanting to do what makes you happy. And if you're in this state of maybe feeling hesitant or unsure, I would listen to people, whether it's in person or online, that you respect, that you revere, to help get your mindset focused. I mean, that's a good exercise to do every day of the week to get yourself centered and grounded. A lot of self-help coaches or spiritual gurus will say, like, read a passage from a book that inspires you, or listen to someone's content to help expand your mind, to learn something new, or to develop a new mindset about something that can benefit you. So Thursday, yeah, there might be a little bit of hesitancy. And again, with Mercury and Capricorn, it might be how things have always been done in terms of those long-term structures, traditions, mindsets. But the moon in Aries conjunct Jupiter wants it now. It's that cardinal fire energy. And with it benefiting from the sun and Mars, I think that forward momentum, or you just doing it, is much more likely. There could be a little bit of apprehension. I'm like, am I good enough? Is this going to work? What if? But if you can trust in the process and trust in what makes you happy and allow yourself to just do it, especially using your voice as well. That could just be from affirmations, or just promoting yourself, or just telling other people and having that excitement from others benefit you. That could be a really nice forward, expansive energy. I was going to say there could also be some negotiations as well with Mercury and the moon, especially given that Jupiter is involved. And that's kind of like a theme all week, like I said. And that could be like with Lise, that could just be like even with yourself, of what you want to fight for, what you don't. So just be aware, like if something is going on, that could even have been what we just talked about before, right? When the moon was in Pisces conjunct Neptune. And it's like, is this something that is going to benefit me? Knowing what exactly what it is you want, what you desire, is going to make everything so much more clear this week. And if you did the work with the Aquarius new moon, it'll be a domino effect this week. But if there's something that could be made better, or that you want to speak up on your behalf, make sure you do that on Wednesday and Thursday to get the most reward from it. Okay. Now, Friday. Now we have the moon making a square to Pluto. So this can be sometimes not buyer's remorse, but when you initiate something, or when you choose a new mindset and maybe something goes wrong right away, or you don't get the expected result. Like, I invested this money, I did this and did that, and maybe there's this initial fear, this dread. It's like, did I make the wrong decision? Should I go back to that job, that home, whatever it is? That moon square Pluto can sometimes bring up the fear, the doubt, the insecurity. However, it can also lead to massive breakthroughs. Remember, the moon is still also making a sextile to Saturn on Friday as well. And Venus is now in one of its favorite signs of Pisces. So there's a lot shifting on Friday energetically, just with Venus moving into a new sign, and then the moon making a square to Pluto. So mind your emotions. There could be a lot going on that you're feeling on Friday. The one thing I'll say now, with Venus co-present Neptune, it's like, this is where I think it's going to be very hard for you to not pursue your dreams, not pursue your desires, not pursue what makes you feel good. So, like I'm saying, if there is that initial fear or doubt, go back to your principles, go back to tools that can help you get out of that mindset. I mean, even Friday is a really good day to get spiritual work done, or to have people hold space for you, or even just exercise, so that you're taking it out of the mind and all this insecurity and bringing it back into the body. And like I said, moon Pluto aspects for me can also be a great source of breakthrough, where it might seem difficult or challenging, but you know you're on the right path. So that fear or insecurity isn't going to hold you back anymore. Instead, it's going to propel you forward. So just know that with a lot of energy shifting this week in general, but especially on Friday, that it's all working out in your favor. And it could actually be a great source where you see all of your hard work paying off. And this just might be the last contraction before the next expansion that comes through. All right. Now, Saturday and Sunday, with the moon in Taurus, she's making a lot of aspects to a lot of planets. So let's break this down. All right. First of all, the moon is exalted in Taurus, which we like. The moon is conjunct the north node, and she's opposing the south node. So there could be this opportunity of bringing something in and also letting something go. And it could be a chicken and the egg type scenario, where you've let something or someone go and it's instantly replaced with something better. I've had this many times in business, where I've let go of an unaligned opportunity or a contract or whatever it may be. And then literally within 2 or 3 days later, a new client or a new opportunity comes in that's way more aligned. And so I've just trusted that process so much that when I release or let go of something or someone in all areas of my life, energy can never be destroyed. So that energy has to find another vessel to serve you at that higher level. And we've been seeing all week that change, expansion, the contraction before that beautiful expansion is very prevalent. So don't be surprised if new energy or new opportunity comes through on Saturday, especially with the moon also making that sextile to Venus. The moon is making a square to the sun. So try not to get into your head here. There could also just be a very simple way of addressing this energy of like, do what feels good. There could also be an offer of something that's coming through on Saturday or even came through on Friday that now you get to celebrate on Saturday. But if someone wants to like hang out with you, go out shopping, or just spend time together, this could be a really nice energy of just unplugging a little bit from the collective energy or from social media and just spending quality time with people that fill you up. Okay. Now, on Sunday, with the moon coming off of that conjunction with Uranus, and then also making that applied trine with Pluto, and then making a sextile to Neptune, Sunday would also be a really great day to get spiritual work or even doing that self-care for yourself. This is where I think you'll be able to look past like on the week or even the month or year and see why you had to go through certain things. With the moon making a trine to Pluto, especially in the moon in Taurus, where she feels a lot more grounded and safe, this might be a time where you've had the week, negotiations are done, you've reaffirmed relationships, you've had better boundaries with yourself, and you're able to make sense of everything. Or your intuition might just be on point. It's very grounded. You feel safe and secure. I would also make sure that your eating habits are good throughout the week so that that gut, that kind of second brain, it'll just increase your intuition tenfold. The moon is also making a square to Saturn. So for me, this is just the ample energy of slowing down. There's no need to get a whole bunch of stuff done on Sunday. It's actually better if you do take time just for yourself. Ideally, all weekend. Saturday does have a bit more of a productive tone with that moon Mercury trine, but the moon is still making a trine to Mercury on Sunday. So slow down on Sunday, relax, take time for yourself, self-care, spiritual care, whatever you need to do, and then you'll end the week off on a really strong, blissful note. All right? Beautiful. So for our astrology question of the week, I've gotten this question a couple different times, but this one came through this past week, and I'll read it and then we'll go into it. All right? Hi, I have a question that I think you might be able to answer. I'm going through a big energetic shift currently, setting boundaries, saying goodbye, focusing on future endeavors, the whole nine. I've been out of sorts and antsy and anxious, which I expected, but I'm also feeling really nauseous and lightheaded, and my eyes are struggling to focus. I'm curious if they are related. Do shifts typically include physical symptoms? So this question, of course, it came through last week as we were in that dark moon phase, as we were getting ready for Aquarius season, the Aquarius new moon, the Lunar New Year. So short answer is yes. As we're going through so much, as we're going to the next level, as we are ascending, however you want to phrase it, of course, the body is going to react. A lot of times too, if we're letting things go, or we're going through big change, it can manifest in different parts of the body. Like if we know we need to say goodbye to a job or a loved one, or we're now affirming our worth, you might have throat pain or discomfort or even just like an itchiness because your throat chakra is being activated. So that can be one symptom. In this scenario, when they were saying that their eyes were getting blurry, it's like seeing the truth or not being able to see what's in front of you. So that can also manifest as well. I personally last week was having weird stomach issues. Like my stomach felt like it was really knotted and like a lot of pain was around there. And so this book is one of my go-tos. It's called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And in the back of that book, it lists every disease, any kind of illness in the body and why it might manifest. And apparently stomach pain comes from a fear of change or like digesting change. And I'm moving literally across the country in about 2.5 months. So On the surface, I feel good about it, but I also know that it's not just the move, it's changing relationships, it's changing how I'm going to be perceiving myself, changing to a whole new life that I know that's going to be activated when I go to Vancouver. So that made a lot more sense to me when I got that answer. And then I did certain things. I changed my probiotics. I was eating different foods intuitively to help support my gut. And then also just acknowledging the change that's happening in my life currently, and never mind what's going to be happening in a few months. And then now, as I film this, my stomach feels a lot better. But throughout the week, it was really painful and I was sleeping a lot. So the other part to this question, even what I was going through, is if these symptoms persist, of course, you should seek out medical care. You should seek out a doctor. And I even said this to the response in the DM. This individual messaged me back saying that as they integrated, they felt a lot better, but they were aware that had the symptoms persisted or they got worse or more intense, that they would have seen their doctor. And I was in the same boat. I always give these symptoms personally about a week. If after 7 days they're still there or they're still intense, I will then call my doctor. I will book an appointment. I will do what I need to do to get more assistance or more support in that matter. So yes, as you are leveling up, as you're ascending, as you're expanding, sometimes the body is going to be recalibrating in different ways. You can intuitively tap in to see maybe what that feels for you. Like I said, the book You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay is one of my go-tos in terms of pain or disease in the body to see what might be the symptom. She also has affirmations for every of the disease or body ailments that can help you realign yourself and help support your body. Also, Reiki is really great. I was doing Reiki on my stomach, in my solar plexus, and my chakra. I also got an attunement this weekend, which I know helped a lot. So there are spiritual, mental, and physical ways, of course, to help support your body as you're doing this work. And as we saw this week, a lot of those activations are likely to occur. So please be diligent with your health, your body, your spirit, so that you can move through all of these changes easily and fabulously. All right. So that is our week ahead. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Be sure to check out our Aquarius New Moon Workshop if you have not done so yet. And I'll see you here next week. Bye for now.